Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
A reading from the Gospel according to Luke. What I'm trying to do here is to get your attention and to relax. Not to be so preoccupied with getting so that you can respond to God's giving. People who don't know God and the way God works fuss over these things. But you know both God the new Bible, and I haven't cut the pages, and how God works. Steep yourself in God's reality, God initiative, God provisions. You'll find all your everyday human concerns will be met. Don't be afraid of missing out. You're my dearest friends. The Father wants to give you the very kingdom itself. Generous. Give to the poor. Get yourselves a bank that can't go bankrupt. A bank in heaven, far from robbers, safe from embezzlers. A bank you can bank on. It's obvious, isn't it? The place where your treasure is the place you will most want to be and end up being. The Word of God, the people of God.
Thanks be to God.
The 12th chapter of Luke's account of the Gospel, it has a couple things that I hope during this week that you'll go back and read. It begins with Jesus talking in the midst of a crowd, specifically to his disciples. Don't be bluffed into silence or insincerity by the threats of religious bullies. Stand up for me among the people you meet, and the Son of Man will stand up for you before all God's angels. Having offered assurance to his disciples, Jesus then has one of these wonderful stories. And he explains to his disciples, there was once a farmer who his field produced an extraordinary harvest. And he said, I know what I'll do. I'll tear down my barn and build bigger barns. And I will eat, drink, and be merry. And God tapped him on the shoulder and said, you fool, this very night your soul will be required of you. Jesus says the moral is, well, that's what happens when you fill your barn with self and not with God. And then he goes on to talk about the lilies of the field and have any of you ever, by staring in a mirror, gotten taller or thinner?
Circus.
In the circus. Okay. Let's go with that. Why do we go to the circus? Entertainment. Okay? What? What now? Caramel corn. Ooh. Just smell it. Just the word conjures aroma. Why? Why do we go and pay money to have people entertain us? Why do we feel this need to, well, are we filling a place in our soul or in our life that we need somebody else to show us joy? Because when Luke records these words of Jesus, I want you to slow down. I want you to unburden yourself. This Lenten season, we've been talking about slowing down and paying attention to the God moments in our life. Early this morning, I think it was about 5:30, well, it was about 6 o'clock. I was running a little late. I was standing here, and this awareness swept over me. I love those moments when God says, I'm here. And it occurred to me, I am blessed. I have been, as someone once told Belinda, I've been doubly blessed. I'm blessed and I know it. Because that's what our faith does to us. It says to us, here it is. Here's your life. God created it. There's nothing else you can do to make a better human. God has already done the hard part. So, the reason that awareness, and I wanted to share with you this morning, is because when we read these accounts, these stories that have been passed down for nearly 2 millennia, there's a moment where we have to say, is there anything more? Is there anything missing? Now, I am not so bold or whatever to say that God cannot speak to people in the 21st century. Some Christians would say, God stopped speaking and stopped putting things down. Gosh, when John of Patmos put the final period in Revelation, which he didn't, by the way, that was Gutenberg. But anyway, so what else do we need? What else is missing in our life that would prevent us from realizing the blessings that have already been made present and made known to us? Because Jesus is offering his disciples a roadmap of how to live in the presence of God. You know, Carol Coball and her associates were clearing out Cleo's house the other day. How long did it take you, Carol?
Days.
Days. Okay. How old was Cleo when she died?
She turned 81 about a month after she died.
Okay, so 81 years. Over the course of those 81 years, she accumulated some stuff. Some of it was Tupperware lids that kind of grow like mushrooms in the darkness. Some of it was priceless objects of great value. Carol, did you see anything in her house that would say, what was she thinking? Why did she have this?
I can't think of any right now, but you get gifts from people that you may not really want.
Okay. So there are things in all of our homes that we treasure. Things that we have picked up along the course of our journey through this life. Someday, each of us will die. We know that. Someone will come into your home, maybe even the very night that you've been laid to rest, and they'll start the process of determining value and worthiness and appropriateness. And they'll say to some things, this is worth something. They'll say to other things, this might be worth something in a yard sale. And they'll say to other things, out it goes. Everything that you have, the priceless, the profane, the inspiring, the beautiful, everything will be gone. And when you come before God, and at that moment of awareness that you, child of the Most High God, are there, and God looks at you and says, where's all the things I gave you? What did you treasure in the life that you just left? What a day that will be. Do you have your answer prepared? Are you ready to stand before God and say, this is what I am. This is what I value. I brought it with me. I spent a lifetime carrying this with me. And now I stand before you, and now I am at peace. Because I know I have this. Do you think in that moment, God will say, oh, I'm so glad you brought that. Now heaven is complete. Because when Jesus says to his disciples, the Father has given you everything. All your needs are met. All your deepest desire, where that is, there you will reside. Now, the problem is, for some of us, standing before God in front of the angels and the four living creatures and the countless myriads of the saints, some will come before God and say, this is all great. Now the party can begin. Because I'm here and I brought whatever that object that's stuck in your mind. Do you think Jesus meant for us to think that way? Because when he said, your Father in heaven has provided all that you need, well, does that mean we don't have to go to the grocery store ever again? Or we don't have to pay rent? Or, anything else that you work and save and plan for? If Jesus didn't mean that, what did he mean? What is it that we need to live in the presence of God? What is it that draws us up? Draws us past the mundane, past the things that we value, past the things that we aspire to. Arriving at last in the presence of God. What is it that will have sustained us all along and will see us through eternity? God alone. So when Jesus said, your Father has given you everything you need, all your human needs are provided for. What the human need is God. Because when we hold on to God, we don't have any hands free to hold on to stuff or causes or fill in the blank. Because this is, well, eternity has already begun. You are already in the presence of God. So relax. Take a breath. God created you to be more than a collector of things or experiences. God created you to be exactly what God created you to be. A child, beloved, embraced,